If you haven't seen my video on the Barnum Effect, I recommend you seeing that first for more context. The main point I want to mention from there is that it is impossible for any personality system to be able to overcome the Barnum Effect, even this color theory. That's because of the nature of consciousness, the nature of expectations, and the flaws of communication. But that doesn't mean it's a complete wash. There are at least a couple of points that allow this theory to be tangible. 1. The placebo effect. The placebo effect occurs in medicine where the belief that taking a drug will actually heal the body, even if the drug is a basic sugar pill. The effect highlights the power of expectations and how preconceived expectations can alter not just our minds, but our physiology as well. For the UPCT, it's actually the opposite. We're trying to avoid expectations. I've mentioned in a couple of my videos how tests usually require a 100 question test that asks the same general questions. This creates a set of expectations that can potentially alter the results. But this can go deeper. Before you even take the test, just thinking about going to take a personality test will create expectations which can potentially alter the results of the test. This can go deeper. Are you depressed or angry? Are you happy and excited? Your temperament and mood of the day can alter the results of the test prior as well. Who are you if you're slightly different during different circumstances? But what if we just didn't worry about any of that? 2. Colors are primal, basic, and instinctual. When you have a favorite food, there most likely isn't a deeper reason why you enjoy that food. The food tastes good, so you like it. The food tastes bad, so you hate it. Favoriting colors works the same way. Why is a color your favorite color? You may mentally go back and find an example of a movie scene, animation, piece of art, or even a life event that exhibited that color. But it's more likely that you enjoyed the colors because of the colors they used. Because of how intrinsic colors are in our psyche, even if we try to create expectations around them, it's hard to latch onto because your conscious thoughts aren't entirely sure how these connections would work. The whole system works in the subconscious, and being able to understand the subconscious is a project in and of itself. 3. Colors are verifiable and, for the most part, universal. The Buba-Kiki effect involves the relationship between sounds and shapes. People subconsciously associate harsh sounds with sharp and jagged edges, while associating soft sounds with rounded edges. This is cross-cultural, with no interaction between cultures skewing the results. For colors, people associate reds as warm and associate blues as cold. I simply decided to go much deeper than that. I noticed that people seem to use colors in the same way, and just went from there. Sure, it might be possible that your red and my red are different, but we still identify the apple as red either way. And, either way, the energy of light waves would be the same. Even if someone is colorblind, this energy is the same. This is an incredibly strong point against other personality systems. Instead of trying to measure personality off of people's behaviors, and then assuming their thought processes afterwards, which becomes a gooey mess of interpretations based off of interpretations, where you don't actually know what's happening and only assuming what's happening in someone's brain, the color theory at least has one variable that is universal that people can actually work around and interact with: light. It's something that people can actually use to test on others and see the effects. Each point on their own doesn't mean much, but together it creates an argument that is somewhat stable. I ask one basic question: what are your favorite colors? The question itself is unassuming. The individual can't really go deeper and create expectations. There are loads of examples in media and nature of specific colors being used to convey a specific meaning, and there seems to be a consistency where they are used and why. We make an assumption that light affects us, and that's why we have created this consistency. And using color as a base metric, we gauge personality. It's not foolproof. The biggest assumption is assuming that colors actually are universal and people interact and interpret them the same way, and that I've actually narrowed down what these colors descriptions are. Also, as I give someone their personality reading, it puts me in a weird situation where I say what I think needs to be said and then hope I'm accurate. If I'm more accurate than I'm not, is this the Barnum Effect in place, or am I actually describing their personality? I don't really know. I can only base how accurate I am off of what people tell me. If people say that I am, then I am. If people say that I'm not, then I'm not. If people say that I'm accurate, well, do I tell them they're wrong? I try to be cautious about what I say and how people interpret my conclusions. But we can go deeper. To really understand how I came to these conclusions and why I'm so cautious, we need to understand the flow of thoughts and feelings. But that will be a video for another time.